I want to go to North Korea just for a second because we started our newscast with the breaking news that North Korea has launched some sort of projectile that most likely landed in Japanese waters. What do you think is the way to handle North Korea going forward?
I do think the focus on China is important because China has leverage that no one else has. They provide the bulk of the food and fuel to North Korea. They also, some of their banks also allow them to remain connected with the international financial system. So they do have leverage. China has always been concerned about a collapse of North Korea. So the key challenge here, I think, is to somehow make it clear that while we want diplomacy to be the way to resolve this, and in fact see it as really an imperative, by the same token, we don't want to be left with an option only of using military force, because the one thing we can't live with is a North Korea that has a nuclear weapon that they can put on top of an ICBM that can reach the United States.
Right.
So I do think the administration's approach right now is the right approach. I do think being able to somehow say that we're not looking to change the regime in North Korea, but we cannot live with a North Korea that has the ability to send an ICBM with a nuclear warhead to the United States. And China has to understand, ultimately, we can't live with that. We can look for ways to reach understandings to address their concern that North Korea not be pressed so hard that it will collapse. So the balance, the search for the deal, is somewhere in there in terms of saying they need to understand what is essential to us. We will understand what's essential to them.
That balance so far has been elusive because North Korea is still at it, and apparently China is not putting enough pressure on Pyongyang. Ambassador Dennis Ross, I have to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.